In this lab, the manager of a call center routinely monitors call answering performance. For a particular type of call, the following time to answer in seconds was recorded for Monday and Tuesday of last week. On which day would callers have to wait longer for calls to be answered on average? First, let's plot the histogram of Monday and Tuesday calls. So let's insert, let's select the Monday calls, and then let's click on insert, click on chart. For the chart type, select histogram chart, and for the data, let's select let's take this chart to the on sheet, and then let's edit the chart, and now let's select the data. So we want so first we need to put the data in one column to plot the histogram, and we have already done that. I have already done it over here. So let's select this data, and I have put this in ascending order, and then let's customize the chart. So histogram, the bucket size, let's select 10. For the chart and axis title, let's type call center. Time to answer. Monday calls. Let's put horizontal axis title. Time to answer in seconds. Let's put the vertical axis title. Number of calls. And let's show the tick marks for the horizontal axis, and then for the vertical axis. Okay. Now let's name this chart as Monday calls. Histogram. Let's plot the Tuesday calls histogram. So let's click on insert. So first we need to place all the data in one column. I have already done that over here, and I have also put this in ascending order. So let's plot the chart, histogram. Click on chart. Click on histogram chart. Let's take this to on sheet. Move to on sheet. Let's edit the chart. And let's customize the histogram. So let's select the bucket size to be 10. And for the chart axis title, for the vertical axis, let's select number of calls. For the horizontal axis, let's type the title text as time to answer seconds. For the chart title, let's put call center. Time to answer. Tuesday calls. For the grid lines and ticks, for the vertical axis, we don't want the grid lines, but we want the tick marks. And for the horizontal axis, we want the tick marks. Okay. So comparing, let's rename the chart. Tuesday calls histogram. Okay, comparing the Monday calls histogram and Tuesday calls histogram, both of them are right skewed. And most of the calls are answered for first 10 seconds. Okay, let's go to the next question. On which day would callers have to wait longer for calls to be answered on average? So we find the average of Monday calls, and that is equal average of Monday calls and then average of Tuesday calls now the median, so equal median of Monday calls (13.75) and median of Tuesday calls equal median of Tuesday calls (10.35). So both the average and the median are more for the Monday calls 8.42 and 13.75 versus 13.445 and 10.35. So on which day would callers have to wait longer for calls to be answered on average? That is the Monday. Is there much difference between the mean and median times to answer? Look at each day separately. What does this indicate? So in each case, the mean is greater than the median. For Monday calls 18.42 greater than 13.75 and for Tuesday calls 13.445 greater than median 10.35. So this indicates the distribution is skewed right or an outlier is present. And when we look at the histogram which we plotted, then we can see that the distribution is skewed right. Is there which day had the more variable time to answer? Use at least two measures of spread to confirm the conclusion. So now we will calculate the standard deviation and we will calculate the interquartile range and we will compare them. So to calculate the standard deviation, what we do to manually calculate it from each of these, from each of the data for Monday calls, we subtract the mean of the Monday calls and then we take a square, and then we take the sum of all these squared values equal sum of all these squared values, and then we take the sum and then we divide equal sum divided by the number of the data minus 1. So there are 30 data for Monday calls. So minus 1 is 29. And then we take the square root of that. And that gives approximately 6.57, 16.57. And for Tuesday calls, we take each of the data and we subtract the average and we take a square. And then we add all those values equal sum of all these values. And then what we do is we take the square root of the sum of all these squared values, divide by the number of data minus 1, which is 19. And that gives approximately 10.56. And we can also find the standard deviation using the spreadsheet formula equal STDEV of the data point for the data for Monday calls. And we can see that it is approximately 6.57, which is same. And for Tuesday calls equal HTTEV of Tuesday calls. And that is approximately 10.56. And for the interquartile range, we arrange the data in ascending order from smallest to biggest, and then we take we find the middle point. So 15 data on each side. So 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we put so here is the point. So let's color this red. let's say, let's change the font size to say, make it a little bigger, say 14. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then, so these are the two datas. Let's change the font size to 14. Now, and then we take the middle of these values. So 7 on each side. So 3, 6, 7. And then the 8th value will be the middle of those values. Let's make it bigger. Say size 15. And then on the right hand side values 3, 6, 7. So the 8th value will be the middle of those. So the interquartile range will be 25.1 minus 6.5. So equal 25.1 minus 6.1, 6.5. And for the interquartile range for Tuesday calls, first we arrange the data in increasing order, so as in ascending order, and then we find the middle of these values. So there are 20 values altogether. So we find the middle point of those. So 10 on each side, 3, 6, 9, 10. So these are the two values, and then for each of those 10 values, we'll find the middle point of those. So 5 on each side. And then to find the middle of these two values, we will add this and divide by 2. So 12.7 divided by 2 is 6.35. And then for the right hand side, we will find the middle of those values. So it's 14.7 and 17.9. And then we will add these two values and then divide by 2. So 20, 30, 31. So 31, 32.6 divided by 2 is 16.3. So the interquartile range is the quartile 3 value, which is 16.3, minus the quartile 1 value, 6.35, and that's 9.95. But we can use the computer to calculate these values. So we type equal. First, we calculate the quartile 3. So quartile, and then we select the values for the Tuesday calls to answer, comma, 3 minus quartile, select the values, comma 1, and that's 8.625, and this is for Tuesday calls. And for the Monday calls, equal quartile, select the Monday calls to answer, comma 3 minus quartile, select the calls to answer for Monday, comma 1, and that's 18.375. So, so clearly Monday, which day had the more variable times to answer, use at least 2 measures of spread to confirm the conclusion. So it's Monday because the standard deviation, which is approximately 6.57 for Monday, and the interquartile range, which is 18.6 manually calculated or using the spreadsheet 18.375, are more, are higher than compared to Tuesday calls.